Hey everybody, welcome back to Morrowind. We are in the Ashlander camp, trying to figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing. Okay. I'm being sent to speak with them, tell them my story. Good grief. I know where she is.
No, I don't think so.
But I don't know what to do about her. Maybe I can try and talk to her again? Maybe I can talk to her now? I don't know.
A warm welcome to you.
Well, you say you are deaf or stupid or rude? How... see if we can ask you about that. Don't talk to strangers. Okay, the ancient days, the deep elves, West Dunmer, blah blah blah, fight the Red Mountain. That's okay. Helpful gift. Like gold. I bribed her. One more? Let's try to dig off there. No. Try one more time. You still won't. Is it bugged out or something? I don't know. I mean...
Talk too much, Outlander.
Talk too much, right? You guys talk too little. Let's see if I can talk to you. Hear your talk. You want to speak? Listen for you. Let's say yes. No. Try one more time. I have nothing. You are not. Let's try by you. Save your breath. And try persuasion. No.
Die!
Okay, dude, I'll leave. Good grief. Talk, Outlander. You have no standing among us, but you speak well and with respect, so I will explain this. Because I really should speak to it. The wise man also tell. Oh, I'm supposed to ask him. The never-ending prophecies are not for Outlanders. Why should they speak to you? My worthy deeds. Or do we pay tribute? We pay tribute. Yes, I get the 200 coins. That is an earnest proof of your respect. Yes, I believe you should speak to Ashkan. Perhaps he will be angry with me, but I think I can bear that. Go to Ashkan's yurt, speak with Sul-Matul, ask him your questions. No. Yes, you were to talk to me about that right now. Thank goodness he's not going to stab me. Good grief. You think you have fulfilled the Nerevarine prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevarine. No Outlander may join the Nerevarine cult. If you were a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribe, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as a clan friend of the Ashlanders, and then I will submit you to our white woman, excuse me, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and will test you against the prophecies. To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing, and in a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits of the ancestors to see if you are worthy. go to the something or other burial cave and fetch the bone biter bow. There's his father's. It's a longbow buried in the caverns. They're southeast of the camp, on the north-facing door. A little hill halfway between us on the slopes of the mountain. Our spirits and ancestors, they will attack me.
I don't have a lot of patience.
I don't have a lot of patience for you. Now, where was this place? Southeast of the camp. Okay. So, southeast of the camp. They lie southeast of the camp over the hill. Okay. Around here somewhere. North facing hill. Southeast on a north facing hill. Whoa. Rat. I think that's it for that one. Okay. Yeah. Before you got me. Where is this place? Is that it over there? Please be it. I really hope that's it. Whoa. Ah, there it is. Yes, very good. Quick save. And then in we go. I'm hoping that can... Whoa. Wow, interesting. I have to find some bow. It's kind of dark in here. Pull out my lantern. Yeah, there we go. Now, let's see. Nope. Rat. Yep, there we go. Got the rat. Now there's a... Whoa. Whoa. Was something attacking me? I can't see it. Whoa. Come on. Hoo-wee. I almost died. You guys see that? Alright. Skeleton. It's got some magic arrows. Regular arrows. So that is a longbow. Does 1 to 20. Longbow. Let's go ahead and quick save. Oh boy. There's another one down here somewhere. these when I get back to some civilization. That'll make a quick buck. Where's that where I was going for? Or is that where? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Whoa. There's another one. Oh no, 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 no. Well, crap. And we don't have what in the world is going on here. Where'd my lantern go? Where's my lantern? Here's my lantern. Okay. Oh boy. Coming at me. Coming at me. Come on, go down. Go down. Go down. Whew. Ooh. I gotta tell you, these magic arrows, they are something fierce. Okay, we go. Whew, they are. This is really, really starting to. Hoping there's no more. Ah, crap. I gotta see where. There's gotta be a bow around here somewhere. Where are these? Burial cavern. Couldn't see anything. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Fragile burial. It's in here. great sage was a tall, untidy man, bearded but bald. His library resembled him. All the books had been moved over the years to the bottom shelves where they gathered in dust conglomerations. He used several of the books in his current lectures, explaining to his students, Taksim and Von Gogh, how the Mages Guild had first been founded by Venus Galeron. They had many questions about Galeron's beginnings in the Sigic Order, and how the study of magic there differed from the Mages Guild. It was, and is, a very structured way of life, explained the great sage. Quite elitist, actually. That was the aspect of it Galeron most objected to. He wanted the study of magic to be free. Well, not free exactly, but at least available to all who could afford it. In doing that, he changed the course of life in Tamriel. He codified the practices and rituals used by all modern potion makers, item makers, and spell makers. Did he, great sage? Asked Von Bungalur, I have no idea how to say that name. That was only part of it. Magic as we know it today comes from Venus Galeron. I'm just going to call him Venus from now on. Excuse me. He structured the schools to be understandable by the masses. He invented the tools of alchemy and enchanting so everyone could concoct whatever they wanted. Whatever their skills and purse would allow them to do without fear of magical backfire. Well, eventually he created that. What do you mean, great sage? Asked Taksim. The first tools were more automated than the ones we have today. Any layman could use them without the least understanding of enchantment and alchemy. On the Isle of Artyom, students had to learn the skill laboriously and over many years, but Galeron decided that was another example of Sigic elitism. The tools he invented were like robotic masters, enchanters, and alchemists capable of creating anything the customer required, provided he could pay. So someone could, for example, create a sword that would cleave the world in twain? Asked V. I suppose in theory, but it would probably take all the gold in the world, chuckled the great sage. No, I can't say we were ever in very great danger, but what it isn't to say that there weren't a few unfortunate accidents where an unschooled yokel limited something beyond his ken. Eventually, of course, Galeron tore apart his old tools and created what we use today. It's a little elitist, requiring that people know what they're doing before they do it, but remarkably practical. What did people invent? He asked Taksim. Are there any stories? You're trying to distract me, so I don't test you, said the great sage. But I suppose I can tell you one story just to illustrate a point. This particular tale takes place in the city of Alinor, in the west coast of the Somerset Isles. It concerns a scribe named Thorbod. This was in the Second Era, not long after Venus Galeron had first founded the Mages Guild, and chapter houses had sprung up all over Somerset, though not yet spread to the mainland of Tamriel. For 5 years, the scribe Thorbod had conducted all his correspondence to the outside world by way of his messenger boy, Gorius. For the first year of his adoption of the hermit life, his few remaining friends and family of his dead wife, truth to be told, had tried visiting, but even the most I have no idea what that word is, gives up eventually when given no encouragement. No one had a good reason to keep in touch with him. Thorbod Halsik had, in time, very few even tried. His sister-in-law sent him the occasional letter, news of people he could barely remember, but even that communication was rare. Most of messages to and from his house dealt with his business, writing the weekly proclamation from the Temple of Oriel. These were bulletins nailed to the temple door, community news, sermons, that sort of thing. The first message that Gorius brought him that day was from his healer, reminding him of his appointment on Turdas. Thorbod took a while to write his response. Clement, of affirmative. He had the Crimson Plague, which he was being treated for at considerable expense. You have to remember that they were the days before the School of Restoration had become quite so specialized. The dreadful disease had taken away his voice box. That was why he only communicated by script. The next message was from Alfers, the secretary at the church. The court as court and noxious as ever. Thorbad at whatever is Sunday's sermon, next week's even calendar, and the obituaries. Tried to liven them up a little. I wasn't happy with your last attempt. Thorbad had taken the job of putting together the bulletin before Alfers joined the temple, so his only mental image of her was purely theoretical and had evolved over time. At first he thought of Alfers as an ugly fat slotus covered with warts. More recently, she had mutated into a rail-thinned spinster Orcus. Of course, it was possible his clairvoyance was accurate and she had just lost weight. Whatever Alfers looked like, her attitude towards Thorbad was clear, unwavering disdain. She hated his sense of humor, always found the most minor of misspellings, and considered his structure and calligraphy the worst kind of amateur work. Luckily, working for a temple was the next most secure job to working for the good king of Alinor. It didn't bring in very much money, but his expenses were minimal. The truth was, he didn't need to do it anymore. He had quite a fortune stashed away. But he didn't have anything else to occupy his days. And the truth was further that having little else to occupy his time and thoughts, the bulletin was very important to him. Gregorus, having delivered all the messages, began to clean them. He did so. And as he did so, he told Thorbad all the news in town. Boy always did so, and Thorbad seldom paid him any attention. This time he had an interesting report. The Mages Guild had come to Alinor. As Thorbad listened intently to Gorgos. Gorgos told him all about the guild, the remarkable archmagister, and the incredible tools of alchemy and enchanting. Finally, when the lad had finished, Thorbad scribbled a quick note and handed the quill to Gorgos. The note read, "Have them enchant this quill." "It will be expensive," said Gorgos. Thorbad gave Gorgos a sizable chunk of 1,000 of gold pieces he had saved over the years, and sent him out the door. Now Thorbad decided he would finally have the ability to impress Alphys and bring glory to the temple of Ariel. The way I've heard the story, Gorgos had thought about taking the gold and leaving Alinor. He had come to care for the poor old Thorbad, and even more, he hated Alphys, who he had to see every day to get his messages for his master. It wasn't perhaps for the best of motivations, but Gorgos decided to go to the guild and get the quill enchanted. The Mages Guild was not then especially, nor then an elitist institution, as I have said, but when the messenger boy came in and asked to use the item maker, he was greeted with some suspicion. When he showed the bag of gold, the attitude melted and he was ushered into the room. Now, I haven't seen one of the enchanting tools at all, so you must use your imagination. There was a large prism for the item, bound with magic in it, assuredly, and an assortment of soul gems and globes of trapped energies. Other than that, I cannot be certain how it looked, or how it worked, because all of the gold he gave to the guild, Gorgos could infuse the quill with the highest priced soul available, which was something Daedric called fatal. The initiate at the guild began ignorant, as most guild members were at that time, did not know very much about the spear, except that it was filled with energy. When Gorgos left the room, the quill had been enchanted to its very limit, and then some. It was virtually quivering with power. Of course, when Thorbad used it, that's when it became clear how over his head he was. "And now," said the great sage, "time for your test." "But what happened? What were the quill's powers?" cried Tarkin. "You can't stop the tale there," objected V. "We will continue the tales after your conjuration test, provided you both perform exceptionally well." Well, that was a letdown. That's very disappointing. very boring book, Mummy. It was a very boring book indeed. Let's see if we can know what's over here. Whoa. Oh, there you are. Oh. What the heck? What just happened? What happened? What's going on here? What's going on here? I got stuck. That was very annoying. Very annoying indeed. You know what? With that, I think I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to call this episode here for today. I'm a little put out at the moment. We just read a very boring book with a very annoying conclusion and then somehow drowned while standing above the water, while getting shot to death with horrible arrows. I'll see you guys next time when we may finish this mission. I don't know. I'm not sure I really care enough about being in the Nerevarine right now.